We are at the home of Bill Brun, a veteran of the 39th Battalion. As part of the continuing series of Mud Between Your Toes, an initiative of the Historical Subcommittee. We're here to ask Bill about his times in the 39th Battalion. Bill's number was V11868, and later transferred to 2nd VX147482. We'll begin, Bill, by asking you where you were born.
Clifton Hill.
Clifton Hill, local boy.
Local boy, yeah. Opposite the old colonist homes, besides the old colonist homes are down there, and right opposite was a hospital in the corner, private hospital. I was born there with my mother.
Yeah, of course.
I woke up.
Educated where, Bill?
Fairfield State School.
Fairfield State School.
Yeah.
Brothers and sisters?
One brother, one sister. I won't add to anything more to that.
Right. Now, you left school very young and joined the...
1937.
Yep. You left school very young and you went and became a
cabinet maker.
musician.
Oh, no, I was a musician since I was that high.
Right, so you became a cabinet maker.
I became an apprentice cabinet maker.
Yeah, but music was your life.
Music was my life, yeah.
You joined a few bands.
Oh, yeah.
Started with Heidelberg City Band, was it?
No, that was the last one.
Oh, right.
Fairfield School Band, State School Band.
Yeah.
Under Bill King and Keegan.
When the war broke out, you transferred to the Southern Command Band.
I joined the army.
Joined the army.
And I went in the back way to get into the band.
Right. Yeah. And how did you come to join the 39th Battalion? Can you tell us that bit?
Well, there was quite a few of us in the battalion. You got in the band that were getting tired of just going out. Oh, where this happened. We marched around Collins Street and Burke Street, concerts every day outside the Melbourne Town Hall, and then they used to just fade away. But then they brought out a tram, illuminated tram. It was the first one they ever had in Melbourne.
Yeah.
And we used to go out on the tram during the night. And who'll join the AIF? Come and join the AIF.
Part of the recruitment.
The recruitment campaign, yeah. We went all over Victoria.
Right, and then the call came for volunteers for the 39th. And
we did.
Some of you volunteered.
14.
14 of you.
14 of us.
Yeah. What, did you have a rank then in the band?
Yeah, and they're private.
A private. You weren't known as a bandsman?
No.
Did you go to Darley, to the camp at Darley?
I was at Darley.
What do you remember about Darley?
Well, I went there and they gave me 2 days final leave. And I went back. It was a weekend and they took me into the Darley pub and I was throwing beer bottles all over the place until the provost picked me up and took me back to camp.
Did you actually attach to a band at that stage?
No. I came up with it during the 39th Battalion.
Yeah, but there was no...
As a band.
As a band.
As a bandsman, because Les Simmons was the bandmaster. He's got just outside Ballarat, a gold mine. Yeah, where the battalion went up to.
Right.
One weekend.
Was Darley a good place, like a comfortable place?
Well, we never had our instruments very long, and then they took them off us, because then we had to learn what to be a stretcher bearers. And being small like I am, I was put in the mosquito squad. Right. Because we were under the huts and pulling big boats out like 6'6" and big broad boats. Yeah. You blokes are hard on me.
When did you hear you were going overseas? Did you know you were going overseas?
Well, you didn't get final leave for nothing.
You got final leave?
Yeah, that was 2 days.
Told you were going...
We were going away.
Did you know you were going overseas?
We didn't know where we were going.
You didn't know where you were going?
We didn't, because all we put it down, overseas meant anywhere. Yeah. And overseas at that particular time, most of us had summer dress rigs.
Right.
Were issued with them. That's the button up, take yourself, and that's all we had to go away with. what did they give? They gave me sand shoes. They gave me a rifle, which was a war rifle.
Yeah, you had done drill and training at Darley.
Oh yeah, you had to learn a lot.
Even as a stretcher bearer, you had to do the normal army training. What do you remember about the trip to Sydney?
The trip to Sydney was like crammed in with your head in the lavatory. It was all right going to sleep on the train.
Yeah.
But early in the morning we got on the train, and we come back down the Sunshine, went back track, and went up through, take us up that way.
Right.
That's how they got us up there. Then we went on to the ferries. Ferries carted us out to the Aquitania then.
Do you remember seeing that ship for the first time?
That was the first time I saw it. I've seen it elsewhere in photos all over the place.
Were you apprehensive or were you excited? Were you?
No, I was still to the back seat with the thought of going away.
Yeah, it was a very exciting time. Yeah. So you had the trip on the ship, were you a good sailor?
Yep.
Yeah.
Can I tell you a little funny story about that?
Yeah, sure.
A lot of people don't know it. Big geezer, another fella came with us during the Banu flat base fire and played the piano for the orchestra. We got into the bathing rooms where you had a shower and so forth, and we commandeered one and told anyone nick off you can't want it because we were given baldy haircuts for nothing. That's when the crew cut things. I don't know who was cutting their hair. We didn't know, but we were one of them. That was the thing in those days, they have a baldy haircut.
Baldy haircut. You arrived at Port Moresby.
Yep.
After a few days on the boat. What happened when you landed?
Oh, when we landed down on the wharf and walked in, we're going for a little walk. We walked out to a 7 mile.
7 mile walk.
7 mile walk. When we got out there, they placed us around the aerodrome, and the first thing we had to do was clean the joint up, and that's so as we can make it livable and dig holes. Because it was, I think it was the second or third day we were there that we got bombed.
So the facilities at the airport were pretty poor.
Yeah. Well, when you went out to the 7 mile, there's no water.
No water?
We had a tanker come in once a day, and you got a bottle of water, fill your water bottle full of water. And then you had that to clean your teeth, everything, shower, shave, and everything.
You talked about the bombing starting. What was the feeling when that happened?
Well, you could hear them coming over, and you can hear, what's this? Jack. Because everyone wanted to jump into their dugout, what we'd had, the wife actually dug out. When you dug in, as soon as you jumped in, you jumped out again because the bloody mosquitoes were biting you all over them.
So the sleep trenches are full of water, were they?
Full of mainly, and mosquitoes. The mosquitoes were that big. Yeah. Of course, you got out and you bumps all over the place.
What were you wearing at that time?
Oh, it was khaki drabs.
Shorts and shirts?
We had, some of us had long pants, like the full khaki drab. Remember the Air Force, they had drabs, what was khaki. Well, that's what we had. But it was just something you put around.
Did you ever have a change of clothes?
No.
No. So you had the one lot of clothes?
You have to use the same night all the time.
What platoon were you attached to? What company?
No, I went away with the band on board because we had lectures all the time. And then when we went to out to the 7 mile, well, we had to put up a bit of a tent to put the boats in because we were going down with malaria plus dysentery all the time. I know I was right. It was all right having the water truck there because you hose everything out the way and everything like that.
So you weren't actually attached to it?
We were no, it was a battalion headquarters.
Oh, headquarters.
Headquarters, yeah. All the stretcher bearers were there because it was only later on that when I got sent out, they sent stretcher bearers. Well, let me put it another way. There was 3 platoons in a company. There was 3 stretcher bearers, 1 to each company, 1 to each platoon. And I went to 10 platoon, Roy Neil.
Now, who was your mates at that time?
Oh, my mate, he made mates pretty easy though. Because the blokes in there was Rusty Hello, Johnny Looms, Billy Gagan, Ron, he comes up the road here. He's still alive, but his brother was his best mate, he got killed. Jeff Hunter, Ron Hunter, Jeff Hunter, Billy Gagan, Ronnie Muirhead. It was all, that's what I can remember of them now.
How did you come to first go over the track?
Well, I was up at Whitaki, as I told you, well, I had pains in my stomach and I was 24 in 4 hours. Up to Con Depot, 113 Con Depot, Dr. Thorpe. That's where I went to. And I had wonderful meals and activities that working on it as well as.
It was like a field hospital, was it?
Yeah, a field hospital. Oh, no, not like a field hospital. I'd say about fun at field hospital afterwards.
Did you go there for your dysentery? Did you?
I went there because I was that weak.
Yeah.
They had to pack me. You're packed onto a ute to go up there. When you went up there, you had to go on top of the range. Alright? And when you went up in the ute went around the corner like that 4 times. In the rain, and that, yeah, it was. No wonder I had 24.
What about when you first went over the track with your pack and your rifle and all that?
Well, see, I went to, well, let me explain my division. I went to the convalescent camp, Dr. Thorpe, 113. So, it was convalescent depot. Then I was sent back to a lower levels. At lower levels there was 8 huts. Was a reception depot. Those coming back, if you're fit enough, you still fill them up with food so they could get something, because what you wasn't getting down in your own unit.
Yeah.
And then when I was there, they made me a bugler there. I was bugling in lower levels, and my mate, Sergeant Victor Isler, got his sergeant, and they made me a corporal in the reception depot, and I did all the bugles for him and everything like that. And of course, I learned how to whack on a typewriter with the first and second fingers. And then they caught the staff started. They came right in close, and they sent us back to what they call real echelon, where the troops had left out of action, and that's when they sent us up.
Before you went up, there was a major incident in Port Moresby when the MacDooey was bombed.
With the what?
The MacDooey?
MacDooey, oh yeah, the MacDooey. I was down there on the day it was sunk.
You were there?
I was there, yeah. I was on, we were unloading. So they take so many from each. It was fit enough to go down. Yeah. When we go down on the wharf and we unload the boats. And when the Japs come over, everyone shot everywhere.
Yeah.
But cannon ones, little cannon boys, we dived into the Burns filth. And we grabbed as much food as we could get.
Right.
And threw it onto our truck.
Right.
And take back. There was blankets and good and we never had a blanket to go over us. Never had a ground suit to lay on. So he reckoned it was alright. So we, when we were on the MacDooey, we went out and she got one, a bomb went straight down through the funnel.
Right to the
straight down through the bottom. It's still up there.
Yeah.
They used it as a guide or something and everything.
Right, so you get the call to go out on the track.
And we just told to go, we didn't say,
What company did you go with when you went on the track?
When they were B company.
You went with B company. And,
I started off with Roy Neal. Don't ask me where I ended up, then we got it all over the place.
Now, where did you first come in contact with Japanese?
Moresby, where they bombed us.
Yeah, what about...
So, well, let me say something, go back a bit. When Moresby Strip was called the 7 Mile, and on the 7 Mile we had 80 machine guns around it. That was everyone that was there, not only us, me. And what they did is the Japs come in, they come in like that, then they come out the bottom, and they swing up over Mount Tufty where we were. There's 4 of us up there every 24 hours. 4-gallon kerosene tin of water, and get up there. And it was the first time I struck 2 Lewis guns together, you know. I didn't want to be number 1 gunner, I was number 2. Those shells were bloody hot, I'll tell you, when they get on your legs. But we're stuck up there. And then you can see the Japs, they come around.
What, they were poking faces or you were poking faces?
They were poking faces, we were throwing lead at them.
Did you recall where they hit any?
Well, I doubt it, because I was going a little bit further when we went around to this inlet. All we was doing was digging holes and wiring the water and everything like that. Sore hands were, your hands were cut, scratches, everything like that. But the old blokes a little bit, hey, you knew what to do.
Right.
On them.
Right.
Get them on them in them. But the other funny little thing I know about, I was involved, as a matter of fact, if you go into Moresby and go over the hill, and just as you turn to go up the road, there's a jetty or a house out on stilts. And that, the first time they ever called for the dance band, officers' mess. We went out there, lo and behold, Japs come over and bombed it. So instead of us going out there the way everyone was running, we went out the back door and landed in the sea.
So did the place actually get shelled?
Oh, good, yeah.
Right. So what about as a stretcher bearer, you're going over the...
I have a bag of tricks, you have a bag of tricks and morphine.
So when did you first come in contact with Japanese on the track? Was it Kokoda?
No, but before that. Oh God. So what actually, when you went up, you're starting off with one company or one platoon, right? As the platoons went down, you was with other people.
Right.
And other people, and you could be with A, B or C company.
Were you actually bringing, as a stretcher bearer, were you bringing injured out, or were you just organising quarters?
If anyone got hit, stretcher bearers, you would go up, the first thing they took off you was you had 2 bandoliers. You know what a bandolier is?
No.
Well, a bandolier is about that big with pockets in that big, right? And they had clips for your rifle, they go to whack straight in. So, now normally, we had nothing.
Right.
Or a couple of hand grenades if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Because they'd take it off us. And we look after the wounded and bring them out.
Right.
Bring them out to the first aid station. Right. And that's who we did.
How did you find the jungle?
Wet.
The tropics?
Wet.
Yeah.
Wet, stinking.
Stinking and wet.
Wet. I think it was, 10 weeks? 10 weeks I was in. And when I come out, they cut my boots off, they cut my socks off, and pulled them up because I didn't print of the sock.
So you were never actually injured, you were only had dysentery and illnesses, you had injured, you weren't actually...
Are you ever going from this size to about a 6 stone size in a hurry?
So so you lost weight through
malnutrition, yeah, nothing to eat.
Dysentery.
Nothing to eat, ever. Not even Adabrin wasn't thought of then, but they give us vitamins. Right. That's what they give to us.
So were you evacuated because of your health?
I was to a certain extent, yeah.
Did you end up in a hospital?
Working.
As a worker, yeah.
No, when we come out, that's when Blamey said, he called his band, and he got 17 of us left out of 3 battalion bands, and we played for him, the Christmas carols here. I can see him now, on a cane bed.
You're playing Christmas carols?
We're playing Christmas carols, right?
Was there still action on the track then, or was
this is back when we ride out, we come right out.
Right, so
and then we...
Action at Gona and Sanananda had finished?
No, and then started it.
They hadn't started?
No, we got cut to pieces, yeah. And what was left of us, they try to keep them together.
Do you remember where your last action was?
I don't want to, but there's too many bangs going on at the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, who was it? Jackie Boland. Next Trammy, I'm an ex-Trammy, and Jackie Boland was the head me carpenter down here at Preston at the time, Jack. He's dead now. And he went to Queensland. He lived in Suffolk Street here, Preston. And he went up to up there around Noosa, I think, and he passed away up there. But he was a good soldier, no worries.
Did you go back over for the mopping up campaign at Gona?
No. If I could tell you what happened, after we had those Christmas carols with Blimey, he said, you blokes are not going back in again. You are going over into the, I think it was the 2nd 10th AGH. I don't know, I can't remember right now. But what had happened in the hospital, it was say 1,000 beds. There was 1,000 stretchers underneath acting as beds. So you can imagine those poor buggers are going 24 hours a day. Because I suppose if you're going into the operating theatre, it was a slab of concrete with corrugated iron and flywire around it. And you'd be sitting in there and helping them and everything. Hey, catch this! You might get an arm or a leg or something thrown at you.
Yeah. But you must have seen some pretty awful stuff.
Oh, yeah. Pushing the guts on that.
Did you ever have a chaplain?
Yeah, we did have. Earl.
Nobby Earl.
No, Nobby Earl. That's what it was.
You mentioned before, Bill, about having to have your shoes. When you want to take it out. They actually cut
tropical ulcers.
The tropical ulcers.
The tropical is like a sword of asbestos. Right. And it grows and grows and grows.
Right.
And it goes right through.
Did you have to be hospitalised because of that?
No, I did it myself.
Treated yourself? And how did you treat those?
Just off a little white powder and the clean bandages and washed that, cleaned right out. Kept clean as I possibly could.
Yeah. When you talk about cleanliness, water was an ongoing problem. Fresh water was an ongoing problem, even though
no, you got the water come out of the ground. What they used to do, they used to dig holes, and 44 gallon drums, you chop the top and bottom out with an axe, and you put them into the ground, and you went right down to where you got the clear water.
Right.
So then you'd use that.
Right. What were the creeks and rivers like?
Full of mosquitoes, buddy.
Full of mosquitoes?
Mosquitoes and mogs and what have you. Yeah. I'll tell you one other funny part. I got to tell you this, I reckon it was real good. When I went swimming one day in the Loki River at the 17 mile where the fighter strips were, and I come out of the water and they're talking to me and I couldn't hear them. I couldn't hear a thing. Anyway, they took me back to camp and I ended up in the 5th CCS. And You ever had yours cleaned out
Serene.
with water and see the muck that comes out? Oh my God! So they come out. I was in this place for about 4 or 5 weeks. Anyway, I got this through swimming in the Lakey River, and the Lakey River had a rope there and a rope there. You pulled yourself out in the rope to get with the current and you go. And if you missed the last one, you just kept going.
Yeah.
kept going. But the funny part was, the funny part. The funny part of it was at the 17 mile, where the fighter strips were, because you got your growth and the strips were all over the place, you couldn't see them, unless you weren't up there. Anyway, I went, I was in this 5th CCS, so I left my bed. I wanted to go up to the toilet, and the toilet was up on the side of a rise, and on the top of near the top of the rise, we dug holes to put the toilets in, and I'm sitting there enjoying myself. I look, there's a flight of bloody zeros coming towards, and they're firing. Oh, beauties. They come in along the top of the trees. You kept going because the tents were, the hospital tents, they don't put roof crosses on them. It didn't make any difference. They just went straight through.
What, they were strafing?
They were strafing.
They were hospital beds?
Yeah, the lot. Right through. So I went back and said, gee, I got a relief out of that. They said, you bugger. Anyway, I went over and I went to my bed, and there it is, full of slugs.
Was there many casualties out that raid?
No, not actually. Like the tent I was in, like they were big igloo tents kind of thing, and you had a row of tents often which was the ward. Of course, they only got a bit because they're going over 300 k's.
Right. What was you involved with the native boys, the fuzzy wuzzies?
Me know the bloody Phil Tabata.
Yeah.
Me know bloody Phil. Give me a smoke.
Yeah.
And that was true.
They liked cigarettes, didn't they?
Yeah, they bung tobacco. We're using it, smoking it too. But that was the bung twist. It's like black licorice, about that long. And don't smoke like them. You got any tobacco from us, boss? You got any tobacco? Me no bloody Phil.
Did you have to train them at all?
No, because mainly they use as, you couldn't put a white man and a bloody wuzzy together, because he's using his feet in the mud, you're using your boots, and then he slipped on their bum all the time. Right. So it's better to have 4 of our blokes, and 4 in front of you and 4 behind you. They could help you if you got stuck, and then you change over for the rest and everything like that.
There was a lot of them, were they?
Oh yes, there was a lot.
A lot of work.
They did a lot of work.
Yeah.
So even when the airdrops come over, they'd go and get the stuff. There was a lot of stuff they never got.
Yeah.
Because we still ended up on bloody, what do they call them? Phil Soputa.
Like a supplement, food supplement. So did you ever get malaria?
Joking, of course, yes. I tell you what though, I'll be quite honest. I got more malaria when I came home than when I was up there. The reason being, as I told you, I was a cabinet maker, and I went to Cox Brothers in, when I come out, and they would give me a job over there, and all I was doing was whacking the ice chests together. Right. That's before refrigerations. But I was getting too much malaria. Like being in a warm room, say like this, and it rained like hell, and I'm walking out in the rain to do something, I'm wringing wet, and it's Joe Blake's.
Right.
I spent more time, I think the first 2 years I was home. I reckon I had more times out there, because I got a reserve bird out there. They said, you're not back here, you know.
How'd you feel when the 39th was disbanded?
Very despondent. Very despondent because when we come home, they formed the band up again, 39th Battalion, but mainly, and we were all put together, and we had not a bad sized band, I'd say about 20 to 30, and we were put into brigade headquarters. We had to do all the entertainment and anything like when they'd come up to see you and everything like that, because they're busy out of their cup of tea, I suppose, but they were more important to us. But then when they said they're going to break us up, all Victorians to the 2nd Battalion, all New South Wales to the 1st Battalion, and all Queenslanders to the 3rd Battalion.
So at 2nd, you joined their band again, did you?
Went straight in there, and that's his band. That's his band. That's their band there.
Yeah.
We had about 35 in the band. We had an 18-piece dance band.
That's right.
Went down every Wednesday and Saturday night to Atherton Butter Factory to the officers' mess.
Right.
And played for them.
Yeah.
So in so doing, I went down there one night with them, played, and I never had a drink. And I'm honest on this, I never had a drink. Anyway, it was one of the battalion officers' wedding. It was at the golf club. Well, when we were coming home in a 3-ton iron trade bodied truck, I was holding 2 blokes on up against the back of a tailboard. And we come off a country road, boom, onto an asphalt road. Hey, there's an instrument going off. So they were coming running back. It's not an instrument, it's Bill. Stop that bloody Jeep going over his leg. They carted me all the way back to hospital, up to the camp, and the doctor came out and said, "Get an ambulance, he's going back." I went back, and then I spent 4.5 months in the hospital at Rocky Creek. I didn't know what I was doing, to be quite honest.
So did you see any more overseas duty after you transferred to 2nd?
Yes. No, when we finished with the 39th Battalion, and I went over to 2nd, it was coming up towards the Wow, Shaggy Ridge and all that, well, and the 7th and 9th Division were going in, and they wouldn't get off the plane, and they went straight into it, because the Japs were around it. But they seemed to have held them, because we were in reserve. Well, the way it's worked, everything's worked in 3s. 6th Div, 7th Div, 9th Div. 2 in, 6 was left out. You got left out of battle. But on check, you're lined up ready to go more or less. Your gear was packed, the planes were packed, even if you had to jump. They taught us how to jump. They taught us how to jump out of backs of trucks doing 70 mile an hour with full kits. And then took us down the Ela Beach and invasion training at night and as well as day, because we had all that behind us.
Yeah.
So, but as I said to you, that's the band. The band did, when they did a lot of these stunts that we didn't go on, we left out of battle, we guarded the area, camp area and everything like that. And other times they'd race us down, they put us so many miles in front of them, give them stir up and march down the street, because it's amazing what a brass band does to you when you're tired and you go and you get the swing. And if you notice them on Anzac Day, when they march, they get the swing once they get that back in on their right.
What instrument did you play? What instrument did you play in the band?
Cornet, flugelhorn.
Flugelhorn.
There's me trumpet right there, my trumpet there. There's trumpet, flugel.
I was talking mainly when you were doing dance bands for
we'll see.
the officers' mess.
That was trumpet.
Trumpet. So did you go overseas again when you went to?
When we went down to the wharf one day, we went down by train, 80 miles, went down to the wharf, and we got on to a Liberty boat.
This was in Queensland, was it?
This is in Queensland. This is when no, I was still in the band then. They kept the band together because they wanted their switchers if they had go in a hit. What we did, we were down to the Cairns, we got onto the James Adams, that was all right going off the wharf. 7 days later, we were up in the bay and Ideby. And on the ground were 3 Yankee divisions. I had to take them off. Took them a week to take them off, and then they put us in. Where we were camped, we had bodies of Yanks in their little coffins ready to go. That's where our camp was. Then we were there. The water come down in the river. When it rained, it rained. It was 12 feet, 10, 12 feet of water. Of course, I'm floating out the sea. That's what I thought. I wasn't going to miss out on that. And I got back, I saw my clothes again. But then we...
The water came through your tent?
Yeah, Dave.
Sleeping at night?
Yeah.
When you ended up out?
Well, we had stretchers.
Yeah.
You can imagine the water started coming down and you went out to sea if you didn't. A lot of people got lost. And when they decided we were to go in, we were first to go in, there was a second attack. As I go back to what I said before, you go in thrice, right? In the when we went out, they kept all the stretcher close together this time because they could send them whichever way we got hit, and we'd go down and you'd use this A company do there, B company there, and C company in the middle. C company stopped in the left. They got in the side, they go and help them. They got in the side, they go in. One day there was, I think it was Buck River or River there. Behind us, they brought the artillery up, and they were firing over the top of us, and in come the mosquitoes, and they were bombing in front of us, what bombers they could, they carry, and sitting out in the bay was a little Yarra, HMT Yarra, firing into them. After the stoop, alright, keep going fella, what do you think we come up to? Bloody roads are bloody gapping on him. Instead of them going back, as we thought, they come up. Of course we were straight in, we were right up here. Set the bearers up! Set the bearers up! It was real good. But, well, it was sort of like jumping over taking out farms and seeing your mate down there with his guts hanging out there. Push it all back in and everything like that. Strap him up as much as you can to get him out. And you have to put up with the snipers up in the trees. So that's it up there for days, up the top. And they could see right then what was going on. But I tell you what, they only fire one shot, they didn't fire anymore. Not with what come up from us. Well, it was the whole of A company, see. With this A company, when we went in this big patrol, we went up in the Torres Strait Mountains. It was called the road. The road was that wide.
Right.
That's how wide it was. And of course, that's when Vic Ossing got his 5 in hand. So he did. You know Vic, don't you? So I pulled him out up on this one, and I laced him with morphine to shut him up. Otherwise, just in front of us was 3 Japanese machine guns. Lieutenant Sheehan was Vic's bloke, and he went in, he got rid of him because there, cut in half. Anyway, I pulled Vic out and he kicked me, and the doctor come round and kicked me in the arse. He said, go on, get out of here, take that bloke down there. and taking this bloke down, just coming up to where I could see the Salvation Army officer was. And he said, "Hey Phil," and as soon as he said it, I could hear Jeff's come in. We got going very smartly out of it.
When you say you administered morphine, how did you do that? How did you administer morphine?
Little tubes about that big. Needle about that long.
Right.
That's what we carried. They shut them up.
Yeah.
They give us what we call shell casings. There's big ones about that big, but it depends on how the size of the wound, what you had to do.
Right. So we're talking about happier times. What about when you heard the war was over? Where did you hear? Where were you?
Drunk.
You got drunk?
Probably. Probably.
Were you still up there when the...
Yes. My battalion, I got to tell you this, a whisper, they were going to put me in a dock operating company. Do I look like a war thing? I said, really? So what happened, I roamed around a little bit, a bit of a knocking around bloke. I got in with a truck driver going somewhere, I don't know where it was, but he said, "What's up, mate?" I said, "You look down." I said, "Well, they told me they're going to make me a duck bloke." And I said, I can't see myself being a warfare." He said, "Neither can I." He said, "Why don't you go in and see my boss?" Well, I said, "Why?" He said, "He's short of drivers." So I went around on the front of the bus. And lo and behold, he said, "And what can I do for you?" Well, I told him the truth. He said, "Would you like to be a truck driver?" I said, "Yes." So by the time I got back to the reception camp, my gear was put outside. I was waiting for them to take me back to the other place. So then they taught me to drive trucks, everything they had. You were 12 hours on and 12 hours off. Half a day a week to spray all your wheels of your truck with distillate, because you went into the sea. Your wheels were about that high, and went in and it hit the landing craft, and you went up into it. And we were carting 1,000 pound bombs and 100 octane aviation fuel. We used to take a strip. "Where do you want the bombs?" "Over there." "Right, we go up there, drop the tailboat, race to take them." Up they all fell off. We were silly buggers because I needed a spark and I would have gone boom.
So this was in Moresby, was it?
No, this is up at Ideby. Ideby, yeah. And then from Ideby, they said, "We're going down to Waiwak." So we got on board a barge, another funny little bit. We got on board this barge, and my truck was the last one on. And on the back of behind me was a tyre case. And I'd thrown the tyre away because the battery got on was a Yankee one, and they just got a delivery of their beer. When I went to get it, it wasn't there. You run around on board the barge. Yelling at everything up on top. And the bottom at the side. Yeah. Anyway, from there we come down to Waiwak. Waiwak is a place, how can I put it? There's no roads. What roads there are is all coral. Right. You have to get that level before you, otherwise you mug it up. The concert party came up, there was the racing fields. I was out to pick a mail up when we got that. And the other thing was, when you went to the pitches of a night time, you had to line all the trucks all up. Now when the unit I was with, they made me turn out of an inspector to the RAP because the war was finished, nothing doing. We all had the pictures. Took a couple of blokes with me in my Jeep. And when we got going, coming home, we went to get our Jeep, and our Jeep wasn't there. Some bloke with a big scared Jeep. Oh God. So there was all sorts of things there we used to do. One bloke came in on the RAP one day and he said, "Hey Bill, I'm in trouble." I said, "Well, what's wrong now?" He said, "You know I took that duck out." He said, "Will you come with me?" He said, "You want the cantry?" I said, "Right." And that's the one that's got the big tow rope. What? Went out. Here's his duck sitting like that in a bomb crater.
Yeah.
He told me on out in his own to do things. Anyway, I got him in. I said, "You be ready to jump if I get too hard on it. Be ready to jump." And I dragged him out and got him back. We both got back. No one knew what he did. What happened? Oh dear. So they're the funny sides of it. Anyway, one day I must tell you about this part because it's very important in my life. I was at I picked up a boxes of clothes, because we were the best dressed people in the unit.
The band.
No, these were the truck drivers. They weren't me. And I'm going along the road singing to myself, and I said this bloke on the road. We pulled up anyway, picked anyone up. And I looked at him and I said, "G'day, flip." A mate from school.
A mate from school.
A mate from school. He'd just come out of action and he said, "I can't get a feed." I said, you stop with me, I'll get you a feed." Because I took him into our camp and he said, "Gee whiz, I'd like to come with you." And he said, "Would you? Good, come with me." I took him up and went up in front of the colonel. And I said, "This like the same position as me, boss. You like to have him?" He said, "Yeah." Give us all the particulars. Before he got back to camp, he was on his way back down to me. Taught him to drive. And we were together right up till the time we come home together on the boat on the Duntroon. And the funny part on the Duntroon was they come over the air. Those men have got weapons of destruction in their care. Please get rid of them. Not your actual weapons, right, but the ones that you didn't tell us about. Jack them over. When we got there, no one saw nothing of it. But these are funny little incidents. Like they stick in your mind, everything like that. Everything.
So, what was the music for in your life? And as a bugler for the 39th Battalion, can you tell us any stories that might have been
Fair dingle?
Yeah.
Alright. I told you I was up at a place called Lower Levels. And Vic Geesley was the sergeant and I was the orderly corporal. I did all the bugle calls, plus run around to bits and pieces, typing and that. Anyway, one day, this is a true story, I'm not telling a lie, I mean it. We were up at Lower Levels, and Lower Levels had a bit of a plantation alongside of pineapples. Anyway, I got to tell you this so that make you get it straight. Anyway, Vic said to me, "I'm going down the back for a while." I said, "Righto." He said, "Stick hold in the room." I said, "Righto." So it is a long time. Long time, very long time. Anyway, and then he walked. All his clothes had been just pressed too. I said, "That wasn't the uniform you wore out before." He said, "No." But he said, "You remember that old saying you used to, you stick yourself when you pull over backwards?" He said, "I was in the pineapple patch." That is a true story. And what had happened, he was sitting there in the pineapple patch and the Japs come over, and if they couldn't get their bombers out of the racks, they used to kick them out. And they'd come down and drink them close where Vic was, because he said, "Oh!"
Are you responsible for waking the guys in the morning?
Yep. And night.
And night.
Last time of night. Yeah, there's one, I'll put this one to everybody. What is the last call a bugler plays? Day. Well, it started at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock.
I thought you played the last post.
It does, but I'll explain it to you in another way. At 6 o'clock, we used to march a company up to guard the camp for the night. Take an hour to do the changing of the guard, and there was also another ceremony where the 3 flags and outside the BHQ, Battalion Headquarters, come down together while I played retreat. Come right there. Folded up and taken away. That was the first bit. Then we go on and train the troops. Then we'd we were spoiled, I tell you, that was things we got done for us. And when I come around at night time, the last figure that was on, he'd play last post at 10 o'clock. But there's one other call, and it's the most important call. It's 10 minutes later.
Lights out.
Lights out. Lights out. Hey?
What about in the morning?
Morning, you got to be early.
What time?
6 o'clock.
You must have been a bit... wouldn't have been too popular sometimes.
I know, that's why I put the soap in my mouth, please. This is the story of our extremely lovable Peter Holloway. Peter, one night, up on the tablelands, we'd all gone off to bed, and Peter and I got to know one another through lots of things. Anyway, when we, the next morning, the guard come to my tent and said, righto, trying to play with Dolly. I said, righto, no, got the bugle, pumped it under the flap, and I went, and nothing had come out. Did a second time, but there's something wrong here, and I opened it up, took the mouthpiece out, Peter Holloway, and filled it up with soap.
That's a good story, man. When you came back to Australia, and did those...
Come back on the Duntroon again. Then we'd train it down from Marrickville, down to Royal Park. Gave us overnight leave pass. We were back the next day and handed all our rifles and everything bodies we could get rid of it.
When did you come back to? Were you married that stage?
No, I didn't get married in 1948. Did I, darling? You were there.
What job did you come back to?
The job I come back to, I was working then on a paper mill as a electric welder, but that was too hot, and then I went to the cabinet making to do my trade. But they wouldn't sign me up as an apprentice to finish my trade off like they're supposed to. They employed a married man instead of me. It was 2 years after that. I said, what about it? I said, by that time I was entrenched in the tramways.
Right, you were into the tramways.
Well, I was in the tramways too long.
What do you think is really important to remember about the New Guinea campaign?
The New Guinea one?
Well,
the things I didn't like.
the things you didn't like. What do you think is important for future generations to remember about that time?
Well, I think at the present moment, South Sydney, they call themselves, they use the Kokoda Track as a training ground now, and when you speak to some of them, what the hell are you doing up there?
Yeah, lots of people walking the track these days. Historical Subcommittee Bill, we'd like to thank you for your time today. We hope that...
No worries. I hope you get some fun out of them, and everything like that, because there's a lot I have left out today. How you can say.